All right, guys, I promised you a look at Ivan's webinar, and here it is. I just took a few screenshots along the way. I also have a recording if anybody's interested, let me know. But I don't think you really need to watch it. It's an hour and a half long, and I'm going to do the whole thing in a few minutes here for you. So let's just go over the screenshots. So this is the countdown, and here we start. He asks, can you see the sound? And you can see how many people actually joined. That's over 1,000 people joined, so that's interesting. Then he tells you how some secrets, massive games, nothing to be ashamed of. Obviously, he's telling you the dream there. You can buy all these lovely holidays. And then he's telling you how he found the secret formula of how these coins pump. And he's using a Cardano chart here and also I think XRP chart. And this is possible to 100 extra wealth. Well, here's a few examples that they've done so far this year. And yeah, there's some nice pumps there to be sure. And just telling you how it's difficult in the bull market to really find the good entry and exit point, and we want to really start from the start and then, you know, hopefully hold all the way to the top, because there's going to be many ups and downs and you'll very easily get shaken out, which is absolutely 100% true. I mean, if you've been in this market for a little while, you'll know yourself, you know, stuff goes up, goes down, goes sideways, goes down, goes up, and it's actually very, very difficult to know what's going on. But the key question you need to ask yourself is, are we in a bear market or are we in a bull market? So if we're in a bull market, you know, you buy dips. If we're in a bear market, you sell the pumps. So, but obviously the $1 million question is, what kind of market are we in? So currently, we've just had Bitcoin halving, so if you know, the last couple of cycles are going to repeat, we should be in a bull market. This Roni Ron, I think, has actually messed things up big time, and the election coming up right now also make things more difficult. But, you know, the more difficult the situation, the greater the potential gains. Okay, let's keep going. So yeah, he's showing you, so this is a little pump here in the kind of May, June of 17. And then it actually skyrocketed. You don't even, it's like a little blip here. You see this first line here? So this is the first pump, then the second pump, and then the actual final pump. So, you know, if you want to get the big gains, you gotta hold. You gotta let your winners run. This is really important. I mean, oh my God, how many times have I jumped out of a coin after it pumped and then it pumped some more and then it dumped? But this was during the bear market, okay? So we should be, given all the technicals, given that Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Litecoin, just name a few big ones, have all broken out their, you know, multi-year downtrend. So there's a good chance we are in a bull market. However, in the short term, there's still going to be a lot of volatility. There's still going to be, you know, those 20, 30, 40, 50% dumps on just about everything. So you got to know whether you hold or you let go. But that's why so many people dropped out of crypto. They get shaken out by these market volatility, because it's very hard. When you pump up, you know, and suddenly your bag is worth quite a bit of money and then it starts to dump on you, you're like, I should sell. And then you sell. And then, you know, for a day or two, you feel like a genius because it continues to dump. And then it stops and it turns around and goes up and you're like, who should I buy back? And then before you know it, the price is above your exit point and you go, oh, now I don't want to buy anymore because now it's too expensive. And then it just gets away from you and you end up just buying in later, FOMOing back in later at a much higher price. And that's precisely why these things work the way they do, because they play on your psychology. And that's why so few people, despite the massive gains happening in the market, actually make any money here, because they get shaken out by, you know, by the psychology of the market going up and down so much. I mean, you know, crypto is super volatile, and unless you have iron strong hands, you will get shaken out. I mean, I've been in this market for over 3 years now, and I've pretty much seen everything. But unfortunately for me, it's been a bear market. So I'm hoping now that it's a bull market. So hopefully holding is not going to be the wrong strategy anymore. But anyway, let's continue here. So he's just explaining you the market psychology, and then he's giving you an XRP chart. So XRP, by the way, was the strongest performing token, coin, whatever you want to call it, of 2017. It far outstripped Bitcoin. So it really got 455x gains. But did you hold from beginning to end? Most people didn't. That's why this is possible, because when the price goes down, the way I look at it, it's essentially a rocket refueling. It's just rocket refueling, and then shakes people out, shakes the weak hands up, and then it goes back up, and then all those weak hands buy back in at a higher price. And that's why it's able to go so high, because so many people jump off and jump on and jump off. And only the people who actually stay on with the strong hands actually make the big gains. It's very few people that make big money. I mean, relatively speaking. And that's why this thing is able to just make so much gains, because it's thrown people on and off the bus so much. Okay, let's keep going. Yeah, most people lost money, and that's actually true, despite the bull market. And Ivan knows it because he lost money in the previous cycle, in the 2015-16 market, I think even. And then in 2017, I don't know how well he did, but probably not as well as he wished. And he's thinking, okay, now is my time. Now I'm going to make the big bucks this time. This time around, I'm going to make the money. Right, so what about 2020? So obviously, here are a few examples. So Trust Swap that I talk a lot about, which has really pumped beautifully. Actually, I made some money out of it as well, but again, I jumped off too quickly, got away from me. Which way is it going? I don't know. I'm not a particular fan of the actual project itself. I don't know if the narrative is strong enough. So that's why I'm, on the sidelines, and I'm going for lower cap, newer projects with more hype around them at the minute. But okay, let's continue. Okay, price, blah, blah, blah. But let's keep going here. So we're looking at this chart again here. Those are some massive gains. So late 2016. So he identified a cycle. Let's just keep going. Okay, this is the cycle he identified. So understanding cycles. First, you have the revolution. So here you have like Bitcoin was electronic money. That was the big revolution. And then in 2015, there was Ethereum, so smart contracts. And now in 2020, we have DeFi. So those are all big changes. And this is the cycle he identified. So first you have the revolution, then you have the bear alt pump, then you have the new Bitcoin all-time high, which we haven't seen yet. And then you get the bull alt pump, and then you get the sell-off. And yeah, that I have to agree, that sounds about right. That's pretty much what I would have seen in 2017 cycle, and then 18, 19, and 20. Definitely would agree with this kind of thing. So if that's true, if this is going to happen again, if this cycle is going to repeat, we are going to see, we're seeing the first pump now, so the bear alt pump. Then we're going to see, once we hit an all-time high, there's going to be pretty much probably going to be Bitcoin pumping more than alts, and then alts are going to pump, and then it's going to be end of the cycle. Then it's time to sell. Okay, so this is what he identified, and then that's pretty much the gist of it. And now he's just going to go quickly through some of this stuff because, oh yeah, I'm just showing you my PRQ back here. It's actually gone 3x yesterday. Hopefully it stays and it goes up a bit more because this is my moonshot. But anyway, incumbents pump, alt party continues, and then it's time to get out. Okay, we also, what happened at the end of 2017, first the Bitcoin peaked, then the alts peaked, and then we got into bear market. Yeah, so that was crazy times, and we are actually currently in the 2016 relative to the last cycle. But still, most people lose money, and it's actually true, despite the big pumps, it's not that easy to make massive gains. You can make gains here and there, but not, if you want to make like massive gains, hundreds of thousands, 1 million, or even tens of thousands, you gotta have strong hands, and you gotta have a good appetite for risk. So again, he goes to this, yeah, this is where you sell. No, you buy into the FOMO, and then you sell the FUD, and then it shoots up on you. And yeah, this is exactly what happens. So the thing is to get in early, because the earlier you get in, the less risk you have and the more gains you have. This is really important. The earlier you get in, you have much higher potential for gains. So a few examples, but you want to look at those because they've already pumped. Then he explains the NBT, so the narrative twist and the big brother. So this is the cycle. So for those Bitcoin, then Ethereum, and now DeFi. So these are examples of DeFi corporate. So these are done very well for themselves, obviously. Then forks, then Coca-Cola, Coke. So you have the big brother like Coca-Cola, and then you have a Coke, but still people are going to go for it because it's cheaper. But these strategies don't work forever. So you got to figure out, you don't want to buy some total shitcoin. These guys, so what he's selling essentially is a service where he's going to do all the research for you, give you the coin, and then he's going to announce it to everybody else. And then obviously it's going to pump because that's crypto. And then you're going to make some nice profits. So it's possible to 100% your wealth. Yes, if you work hard. But obviously, again, here's the promise of a lovely lifestyle. But you want to find market cap coins before they pump, so below 10 million. Now, blah, blah, blah. Here comes, you will still lose money. Yes, so this is what they do. They check the roadmap, they check GitHub, they check on-chain stuff. They make sure this coin is, I suppose, shillable, that they have some narrative they can sell you or the world by through their channel. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on. There is a lot of stuff going on, so it's hard to keep track of everything. We all know. So they check on-chain data. They use these services. So they have a team of 10 people apparently doing this. So there's a lot of time and dedication required. So if you have a full-time job, I mean, good luck. It's going to be very difficult. All you can do is watch these videos and then buy after they've already bought their bags and pump their bags, and then pray to God that the market doesn't dump on you and you make some gains. So what they do is weekly in-depth reports covering exclusively undervalued hidden gems with a 10 to 100x potential. This is what he's promising to do for you. And you get info before everybody else, before YouTube, before Twitter, before Telegram. Essentially, it's a pump and dump scheme but in terms of just finding a pumpable coin, then you get the information first, then you can load up your bags, and then everybody else gets it, and you get the benefit. So this is no different than a pump and dump scheme. Literally, it's just a different form of it. But this is what you need to pay to get into the pump and dump early. This is coming up soon. Right, here's the price, $5,000 per year. Pretty high, isn't it? But here's the good stuff. It's too expensive. Yeah, that's why we give you a 50% discount. But just for today, if you enroll right now, and then they give you 30 minutes to enroll. Yikes. So, and now he's telling you what a great value again, because just to get a Glassnode, you would pay $600 per month. And for token metrics, you'd be paying $400 per month. So yeah, for you, it works about $208 per month, but you have to buy a full year or else the price goes up. So yeah, here's just a few examples of percentages that gains that some of their coins have made. So pretty compelling case, I suppose, but still $2.5 G's. That's a lot of money. All right, you get a 7-day money back guarantee. So you essentially can get one report for free and then get your money back. So that's a possibility you can do. Zero downside. Technically, that's supposed true. For one report, you can have zero downside if you can spare that kind of money. But they do also offer a monthly price, so you only pay like $400 a month, and then you get that money back. Obviously, if you claim your money back before 7 days are up. So there's the deal ends. So there's just some scarcity and urgency being applied here to make you buy. So there we go. Just some questions then, Q&A at the end. And yeah, they showed one of the reports here, so I'm not going to show that. I mean, I don't want to ruin everything, the whole thing. But they did show a little bit of one of the reports, what they look like. And I have to say, it looked very professionally done. I mean, the style is incredible. I can't vouch for any information because it went by too fast. But I mean, obviously they made some good gains. Now, if you need any support, and that's essentially it. Okay, so then what happened was the day, where is it? Here's the shield. So literally this was on Thursday. On Friday the report came out, so they only gave you a day to decide. Obviously, again, they got to pressure you a little bit. And then this is what they shielded on the 23rd of August, which was a couple days ago. Was that Sunday? Sunday, yeah. On Sunday they came up with this. And this is what you could have won.
We have taken a position in Offshift, which is a very, very new protocol, still under development. They still have a lot to do, and they are using.
Okay, I'm not going to bore you with this thing. So let's see what the Offshift did. So Offshift, let's go to CoinGecko. And let's look at Offshift. Offshift. There we go. So how much money have you made if you bought his course? My goodness, minus 17.6. Wow, that didn't go as planned. Let's look at the chart though. Yeah, it's been dumping. So let's look at the last 7 days. Obviously it pumped in between somewhere. How do I do 7 days? 7 days. Okay, so let's look at the 23rd. This is when Ivan was shilling it at $3. This is where they loaded up their bags the day before. See the volume bump? See that there? And then the shill came and it pumped up a little bit. So not that much. These guys were buying it about between 3 and 4, and then went up just a tiny little bit. And this is the people that bought after the show went live, and they pumped it up a little bit, but then the dump came, and they're actually at 0 right now. So of course I'm going to continue to pump this coin, and there's a good chance that it'll go up and it'll make some money. But I mean, $2.5 grand for this. Gosh, man, I don't know. And it's for a whole year. I mean, if this if this is going to be a year-long bull cycle, I mean, you don't even need any of this stuff. Just buy whatever is, whenever you see it, and you're going to make lots of money. If this is going to be like a really short market, then I mean, it's a lot of money for God knows how many valuable opportunities you're really going to get. All right, guys, just before we wrap this video up, I want to hear from you guys what kind of coins you made money off this year in this bull run. For me, it has been Nimic, this one here, as you can see right there. And I've also made money on Kava, on Elrond, on DEC, Constellation, on Swap. I'm currently still in a few other plays like Ring, Exor, Plutus, and PRQ. And some of my old backs pumped as well, like Neo and Ziliqua. But I missed obviously a lot of the other pumps. I totally missed the Link pump. I just couldn't believe the thing just kept pumping and pumping. I also missed Cardano. I missed a lot of the stuff. I missed some of the Bitcoin pump. I missed some of the Ethereum pump. I was jumping in and out. So yeah, I want to hear from you guys. What are your best moves? What have been your worst moves? How did you find your gold nuggets? How did you find your 10x's, your 100x's? Please leave your comments below, and I will see you in the next one.